Tonight, raising awareness, how a local group in Duluth is demanding action when it comes to the city's affordable housing issue. Plus, a big day in the political world. The president stumps in 2 Midwest battleground states as the DNC kicks off in Wisconsin. And later, Boulder bears. Experts say we're seeing more of them. What's behind the trend?
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Mack. Kristen is on assignment today. Thanks for joining us. A Twin Fords group is demanding action when it comes to affordable housing and homelessness. Today they made their voices heard. CBS3's John Cardinelli has the story.
The American Indian movement took to the streets of Duluth Monday afternoon, hoping to raise awareness in regards to homelessness and the housing problems in the city. Those who participated in a march through downtown Duluth to City Hall say over the last year, homelessness has gotten much worse. Statistics are showing this is true. According to St. Louis County's annual point-in-time count mandated by the Department of Housing and Urban Development, the number of people experiencing homelessness in St. Louis County increased by 18% between January 2019 and January 2020. The data shows indigenous people are disproportionately harmed by this crisis, representing just 2% of the overall population, but nearly 20% of the homeless population. Members from the American Indian movement say they want to see more collaboration with the city of Duluth to help bring an end to these startling numbers.
Brainstorm with us on ideas how to help these people. You know, keep an open mind. I mean, I know all our ideas aren't going to happen, and that's okay. But if 1 out of 10 happens, good, then that's progress.
Those at the rally Monday also said solving this problem can help the missing and murdered indigenous women crisis, as they say homeless Native women are sex trafficked. Coming up later tonight at 10, we hear from a Duluth City Council member who says the city has addressed affordable housing and homelessness issues.
Thanks, John. And here's Dave now for our first look at the weather tonight. Dave, a lot of sunshine out there. Pretty nice.
A lot of sunshine. Nice reward for that wild weather we had Friday night. National Weather Service is still investigating certain places, like over towards Cromwell, to see if it was actually tornadoes that did all the damage in that neck of the woods. It's hard to tell in the heat of battle and at night with the winds whipping around and the rain coming down. In fact, rain-wrapped storms often are confused with tornadoes, even if they're just potent straight-line winds. Bottom line, though, is that was Friday. This is now. Live look at Grand Portage shows grand weather. There's a bit of blue sky out there and a little bit of white cloud. The picture's a little overexposed, so you can't see it perfectly, but it still looks pretty nice in that neck of the woods. And thanks to high pressure covering our area, we'll have very similar nice weather probably through Wednesday morning. So Tuesday should be sunny. Rain might return Wednesday night with that trough of lower pressure to the west, but it is just a 30% chance. So our day planner for Tuesday says you should expect and plan on a pretty decent day with another blue sky, clear to partly cloudy all day long. Morning start near 50 will give way to a finish in the afternoon around 76, which is now a hair warmer than normal. But summer's not done yet. Later on this week, we could top 80 again for a couple of days. We'll tell you when and where coming up in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. President Trump made a campaign stop in Mankato this afternoon, speaking to supporters in front of Air Force One. He referenced the protests and violence in Minneapolis after the death of George Floyd, saying, quote, "You wouldn't have a city if he hadn't demanded the state send in the National Guard." He also thanked Guard members for the role they played in calming tensions. The president discussed his plans to address crime, including hiring more prosecutors, expanding police departments, and passing harsher laws against things like drive-by shootings.
We're going to implement an aggressive strategy to fight violent crime. It's already been implemented. And we'll expand the surge of federal law enforcement into crime-plagued cities, and we can do that at will.
The president's plan to send federal agents into cities has been met with pushback in places like Portland and Chicago. Minnesota's DFL party leaders are reacting to the president's visit tonight. That included DFL party chairman Ken Martin, Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, and a variety of DFL senators. The Democrats discussed the importance of voting come November. Minnesota Speaker of the House Melissa Hortman says the Trump administration has negatively impacted the state.
Here in Minnesota, we care about each other and we want to see our neighbors succeed. Trump has done nothing to support our communities. He's done nothing to bring people together, and he's done nothing to build a better future for Minnesotans.
Meanwhile, a spokesperson for the Republican National Committee responded to their concerns, saying in part that the president's agenda will lead the way for what they described as a great American comeback. Sticking with politics, a mostly virtual Democratic National Convention kicks off today as the coronavirus pandemic continues to ravage the country. The party is expected to nominate Joe Biden for president and California Senator Kamala Harris as vice president. They're expected to speak from Biden's hometown of Wilmington, Delaware, later this week. Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
We know that this moment belongs to the people.
It will be a convention unlike any other as Democrats kick off their national convention this year virtually amid the coronavirus crisis.
I just feel the enthusiasm and the energy, not just about what we're against as a party, but really about a vision for America that's inclusive.
Tonight's theme is We the People, with Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders and former First Lady Michelle Obama headlining, and New York Governor Andrew Cuomo speaking remotely about the pandemic.
The COVID virus showed us how weak we were and how unprepared we were and how divided we were.
The presumptive Democratic nominee, Joe Biden, is expected to make surprise appearances throughout the week and accept the party's nomination from Wilmington, Delaware. Republican John Kasich, the former governor of Ohio who ran for president in 2016, is also set to speak tonight about why he thinks GOP voters should support the Biden-Harris ticket.
President Trump is launching counter-programming throughout the week and is on a campaign swing himself.
The president rallied a handful of supporters in Minnesota Monday ahead of visits to Arizona and Pennsylvania later this week.
As president, my goal to restore safety to our streets. The Democrats are promising to elevate their left-wing war on cops and to bring it up to the White House in the form of Sleepy Joe Biden.
The latest CBS News Battleground Tracker poll finds Biden with a 10-point national lead over President Trump, 52 to 42%. And 66% of Democrats say they're glad Biden chose California Senator Kamala Harris as his running mate.
Eva Longoria, Tracy Ellis Ross, Kerry Washington, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus will bring star power to the DNC by anchoring the events this week. Billie Eilish, The Chicks, and John Legend are among those performing. The event has been moved to an entirely virtual format. Events will be broadcast nightly for the entirety of the convention from 8 to 10 p.m. Biden is expected to accept the nomination on Thursday. Meanwhile, U.S. Senator from Minnesota Amy Klobuchar will be speaking at the DNC tonight. Earlier today, she spoke about Biden's choice for vice president.
While he is dealing directly for those first 100 days on solving this crisis, on bringing us back to normal, while he's doing that, he's going to need help in foreign relations. She'll be a great person to do it.
Klobuchar stated that Harris's experience serving on the Senate Intelligence Committee makes her a strong choice. Meanwhile, Michigan's Governor Gretchen Whitmer is also speaking at the DNC tonight. She has quickly risen to national prominence on the political stage and was considered by some to be a potential VP pick for Biden. The governor is co-chair for his campaign. Whitmer's lieutenant governor, who is also the vice chair of the DNC, had this to say about her speaking tonight.
Having Governor Whitmer speak here on the opening night of the Democratic National Convention, putting the state of Michigan on display for the country and the world to see, speaks to how important Michigan is to the country.
Michigan is set to be a pivotal state in 2020, a state President Trump won by just 10,000 votes in 2016. Minnesota reached a COVID-19 testing milestone today. The state has now tested more than 1 million people for COVID-19. This comes about a month and a half after the state began reaching its goal of testing 20,000 people per day. So far, more than 1.2 million tests have been conducted. 65,700 Minnesotans have tested positive. More than 1,700 have died of the virus. Meanwhile, Wisconsin has tested more than 1.1 million people. More than 66,000 people have tested positive there. 1,039 have died. Bears have become bolder this summer, popping up in and around Northland areas, rural areas across the Northland. Find out why coming up on Live Local CBS3.
Today was an absolutely normal day, 74 the high versus 74 the norm. We'll go warmer than normal by midweek, and that's when we get our next rain chance. So enjoy normal temps and fair weather. Until then, we'll talk about if anything could become severe by the weekend coming up after our break.
Live, local, CBS3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS3. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
We can help you at Ketamine North Infusion Center.
I've been suffering from PTSD and anxiety for 17 years. It has helped tremendously more than the pharmaceutical medication I've been taking.
To learn more, visit us online. Be well with us at Ketamine North Infusion.
August is here, and it's time to spin the wheel of savings. For a limited time, spin the wheel and save up to 40% on a wide selection of jewelry. Numi Jewelers, where true love is guaranteed.
Wow, is that really me?
Here, I don't look 61 in 3 weeks. I have no wrinkles, no bags, and this is only because of Plexiderm.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? I'm just in love with the mirror right now.
Plexiderm is a wonderful product. I look at least 10 years younger.
It's a facelift in a jar.
The people you're watching have just seen themselves in the mirror for the first time since we applied Plexiderm to their problem areas. Their reactions are real, and so are the results from using Plexiderm. What's even more amazing is that it takes less than 10 minutes. Now you can watch your under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet visibly disappear for just $14.95 by going to plexidermtrial.com and taking the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
This is really good. This is, I'm going to fill my bathtub with this stuff and get the whole body this time. All these lines are gone. I feel like a new woman.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. At our $14.95 price, it's the best time to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself. So if under-eye bags make you look tired and older, take the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge today for only $14.95. Just go to plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
You ready to put out the fire?
Let's go!
Teamwork is incredibly important to get a hard task done.
The idea is to get a 6-foot strip, 60 feet long.
This is a lot harder than what I thought it would be.
We show that we care about each other.
Sometimes it's not big $200,000 things that can change your life. It's the real people and relationships. That's what this whole experience has been about.
Tough as nails. New episode Wednesday, 9/8 Central on CBS.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Indeed, Friday night was pretty rough around our region, but as early as Saturday morning, higher pressure took over and brought scenes like this to our region. The weather's fine today at Hawkins Mine near Nashwauk. Scenic overview there. Gorgeous picture with the blue sky and just innocuous puffy clouds. This picture comes courtesy of Kristen Vaki. She's on assignment right now, and her assignment today took her by this overview. Hopefully she'll be back tomorrow to tell us about the news. But I'll tell you about the weather. Conditions like this likely will linger through tomorrow, maybe even a slice of Wednesday. But Wednesday night is our next chance for rain, and this one looks to be pretty gentle with low odds of payoff. But next weekend could be slightly different, and we'll talk about that in turn with our 7-day forecast. But first, we have the current conditions from Duluth International. 71 is the current temp. 44% is the relative humidity with a northwest wind going 13 miles per hour. And the air pressure is holding steady on the high side at 30.11 inches of mercury. All right, temperatures an hour ago or so have actually gone down a little bit in the Upper Peninsula. Now we have 68 from Watersmeet to Ironwood. Wisconsin temperatures very similar to what they were about an hour ago, low 70s, 71 Hayward, 72 Ashland and Solon Springs, 73 right now in Superior, down to the upper 60s in Moose Lake, upper 60s for Hibbing, mid 60s towards Ely, and 60s for much of the North Shore, 70 degrees currently International Falls, Big Fork, and Grand Rapids. Tomorrow, start to step up our temperatures a little bit. If we were close to normal today, tomorrow we may be a couple of degrees over normal, and by the weekend here, we could be even by midweek, I think 80 is back in the picture. So summer not quite done with us yet. High pressure not done with us yet either. We're keeping the sky dry and clear in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. You have to go more towards Quebec to find any clouds or rain showers, and even those aren't that impressive. Well, thanks to the high pressure that's over our region, we'll hold on to sunny conditions through tomorrow. But Wednesday is a slightly different story. This is just a weak trough of lower pressure that'll be dragging through our area. And Wednesday night, it'll bring a 30% chance for some showers, followed by high pressure, making it sunny again by Thursday. It's that low you see well off towards Alberta there that could be bringing another bumpy chance for storms come Friday night and Saturday. We will, of course, track that system as it gets closer to us. Right now, it's up in the air whether it'll be benign or wild. Again, we promise to keep our eye on it. Now we cast our eye upon the forecast tonight in Minnesota, where the range of low temps will go about 47 to 55 degrees around the region. Into Wisconsin and Michigan, a narrower band of low temps goes from 49 to 51. Partly cloudy sky there as well. Tomorrow, partly cloudy for Wisconsin and Michigan. High temp 74 to 78. So if the norm is 74, most towns should go over that at least a little bit. Minnesota inland should go 75 to even 80, upper 60s, low 70s by the lake. And so, with the high pressure holding on to us through Wednesday morning, there's that trough on Wednesday evening, 30% shot. And by Wednesday's when we could start touching 80 again, and we hold on to 80 through Friday. And again, by Friday, that extra heat in the air may provide extra lift, put a little extra punch into the low pressure system that'll be with us that day. That's why I fear there could be some thunderstorms mixed in once again. Too early to tell if they will be severe, but the way the summer's been going, I'd say be ready.
Okay.
You can breathe easy if they don't happen.
Absolutely. I keep getting surprised at how many days continue to have 80s in the forecast. It's kind of surprising as we get this late into the year.
Yeah, that's been pretty good for gardeners, but I hear it hasn't helped the animals much in the forest.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. Thanks, Dave. Well, speaking of that, bears have become bolder this summer, popping up in and around rural areas across the Northland. Experts with Minnesota's Department of Natural Resources say the reason, a berry shortage. Recent sightings have also prompted photo ops of the mammals. CBS3's Leanne Valdez spoke to an expert who explains why you should think twice before taking pictures.
If this is a season where you're going to see a lot of bears, yeah, the bears are more active right now.
Bears are taking to the streets as they hope to fill up before winter.
Bears are pretty remarkable, and they can smell food from sometimes over a mile away.
The mammals usually get their food source from the woods, eating raspberry, blueberry, and Juneberry crops.
They can eat somewhere between 12 and 15,000 calories a day.
But wildlife research biologist from the bear program for the Minnesota DNR, Dr. Andy Try, says an early June and July drought wiped out those crops.
When there's not a lot of natural bear foods around, it can cause a situation in which bears are seeking out other food sources.
He says bears are turning to bird feeders and rummaging through leftover food in garbage cans.
Once they come, you have created a problem.
Executive Director of Wildwoods in Duluth, Jessica LeBombard, says it's best if you lock up your garbage cans at night and take down your feeders, as bears are smart and remember what areas have food.
Because when we habituate animals to humans, then it makes them want to approach humans more.
LeBombard says, in the end, they're wild animals, and we don't fully know what their response to humans will be.
A lot of people tend to take photos or videos, but what they should really be doing is scaring the bear away. Because now the bear sees that yard as a food source, and it's going to keep coming back. And so
Dr. Try says there's also bear-resistant dumpsters people can get a hold of.
You can contact your waste hauler, and oftentimes they'll be able to work with you to come up with some sort of bear-resistant solutions. For example, there's a couple.
Dr. Try says, though his team does not expect a statewide bear starvation, the bear population could take a hit when the hunting season gets closer, as females are more hungry and more likely to come across bait.
Coming up in sports, a very different Vikings training camp, but still football the same. We're going to have all the latest coming up in sports coming up next.
Low inventory on select Crestliner 19 and 20 lines available.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. The TED event is happening now, where you're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Now at Home Sleep Express, when you spend $299, pay no sales tax with an extra 7% off sale prices on brands like Thomas Cole, Luxuria, and Heirloom. Plus, pay nothing down with no interest financing until 2022 and get free no-contact shipping. Now at Home Sleep Express.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
I've smoked, I've drank coffee, I drink red wine. It makes my teeth darker. And using Power Swabs, it's made a difference. People ask me, what do you do to whiten your teeth? And I'm really proud to tell them that I use Power Swabs.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like, you got to leave it on for 30 minutes, and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on, and it was good to go.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth today by ordering Power Swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Yes, 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free Quick Stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Tune in Saturday mornings for the Link Ford lineup, where we will show you amazing vehicles on our lots, like this 2019 Ford Escape SC with all-wheel drive, a backup camera, and more for just $366 a month. Or check out this 2008 Ford F-250 Super Duty XLT for only $320 a month. Want to see more? Then be sure to watch this Saturday. Visit us online at linkmotors.com or stop by either one of our 2 locations to view our complete inventory. Link Ford, where reputation is everything.
For a limited time at Home World Rugs, name brand rugs will be sold up to 67% off when you take an extra 12% off clearance rugs. Hundreds of rugs from $97. Room size rugs priced from $197. The rug clearance sale at Home World Rugs.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Welcome back into Twin Cities Orthopedic Performance Facility. My name is Kelly Hinseth. The first day of Vikings practice in pads is wrapping up here. It may look a lot different because it is a lot different than years past. No fans in the stands. Folks, it is literally just me in the concourse. So it is a weird, dead silent vibe. But hey, football is back. The Vikings began training camp last week in front of no fans in an empty Twin Cities orthopedic training facility. Although for the players, that may be the only thing they notice as different to previous year's training camps. According to head coach Mike Zimmer, once they get into football, the rest of the world disappears. Well, there may be one thing that's different.
Yeah, pretty much, other than the masks. So, but for the most part, it does feel normal. It's kind of it's almost like a safe haven. You get out there and, guys are having fun again and doing what they normally do.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely something, to get used to. It's a little different for all of us, everybody in the building. But at the end of the day, it's football. And like I said earlier, our leaders are doing a great job of making sure we're staying safe and we're comfortable and we can go out there and, play football.
Of course, in a socially distanced world, that also means no in-person interviews, which is why we press a mic to a screen instead of an actual person. Also different this year, there will be no preseason games. As a precaution, the league decided to skip right to the regular season, which for the Vikes begins on September 13th. What that means for teams like the Vikings is that they can't host teams for team-on-team practices, nor can they experiment with a lot of different game strategies in game-like conditions.
We're going to have some kind of games, where we play. We're going to have to try to simulate some preseason games. Probably next Sunday I'll play a quarter, and the Sunday following that I'll play a half, and kind of try to ramp it up as we go that way.
Zimmer was asked multiple times about how far off September 13th felt. That's when the Vikings open up at home at US Bank Stadium against the Green Bay Packers. And Zim said, "It may seem like a long time to you guys, but it could literally be next week for me. It comes around fast." So before we know it, September 13th is going to be here. The Vikings are going to be playing. No preseason. We're just going right to the real thing. Preseason, no preseason, masks, no masks. Guys, football is back. The Vikes are out on the field and they're playing. I'm going to take that as a win for now, and we'll worry about the future later. Now, tonight we're going to have more from Vikings training camp. We're going to have a story on Stenfeld alum C.J. Ham, and he's coming back for his 6th year with a brand spanking new contract with the Vikings. We're going to have plenty more from him coming up tonight at 10. But for now, I'm going to sign off from Egan. Tony, I'm going to send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Meanwhile, in some sad news, the Duluth sports community lost a legend last night. Longtime Duluth-Denfeld softball and basketball coach Dick Swanson passed away after a battle with cancer. He was in his early 70s. Just last week, he was honored at Wade Stadium, where he had a softball field named after him for his tireless support to promote softball in Duluth. Coming up later tonight, a young girl from Duluth will be featured in a video in the bright lights of Broadway on September 12th. Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, we hear from the young girl and her family about what they hope the video will achieve and why receiving this recognition was important for her and the family. All right, Dave's going to give us our last look at the weather before we go tonight. Dave, a lot of sunshine out there. Is that going to continue, the nice temperatures, calm weather? I think it's going to continue through tomorrow. And coming up tonight at 10, we'll do a recap on the big storms of Friday night. So that's something to look forward to if you're a weather person really interested in that hard-hitting stuff. Well, easygoing stuff is with us tomorrow. Here's our 7-day forecast. High pressure brings back sunshine. Temperatures fairly close to normal. 76 will be the top temp. But then we do warm up Wednesday, and that'll lead to a slight chance for some showers. But then another chance for storms could be with us by Friday. We, of course, are eyeing up that system, hoping it doesn't become severe like last Friday's, but we will track it until its bitter end, of course. Once we get into Saturday, the storm chance starts to fade away, and the warm spell will fade a little bit as well. We'll drop back into the 70s. But now, as August is getting towards the middle part of the month, holding on to summer-style weather is becoming a bit of a priority because we never really want to let it go. Eventually, by September, we'll have to, but enjoy every moment like this while you can. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.